Hello, students. Today I'll give you a brief description of novel. A novel is a long narrative work of fiction with some realism. It is often in prose form and is published as a single book. The word novel has been derived from the Italian word novella, which means new. Similar to a short story, a novel has some features like a representation of characters, dialogues, setting, plot, climax, conflict, and resolution. However, it does not require all the elements to be a good novel. The term novel is now applied to a great variety of writings that have in common only the attribute of being extended works of prose fiction. As an extended narrative, the novel is distinguished from the short story and from the work of middle length called the novelette. Its magnitude permits a greater variety of characters, greater complication of plot or plots, an ampler development of milieu, and a more sustained and subtle exploration of characters than do the shorter, hence, necessarily more concentrated modes. As a prose narrative, the novel is distinguished from the long verse narratives of Chaucer, Spenser, and Milton, which, beginning with the 18th century, it has increasingly supplanted. Within these limits of novel includes such diverse works as Richardson's Pamela and Sterne's Tristram Shandy, Dickens' Pickwick Papers, Henry James' The Wings of the Dove, Hemingway's The Sun Also Rises, Joyce Ulysses, C.P. Snow's Strangers and Brothers, and Nabokov's Ada or Arden. Novel, an invented prose narrative of considerable length and a certain complexity that deals imaginatively with human experience, usually through a connected sequence of events involving a group of persons in a specific setting. The novel is a genre of fiction, and fiction may be defined as the art or craft of contriving, through the written word, representations of human life that instruct or divert or both. Within its broad framework, the genre of the novel has encompassed an extensive range of types and styles, like picaresque, epistolary, gothic, romantic, realist, historical, to name only some of the major important ones. The various forms that fiction may take are best seen less as a number of separate categories than as a continuum, or more accurately, a cline, which with some such brief form as the anecdote at one end of the scale and the longest conceivable novel at the other. There are many types of novels. They include mysteries, thrillers, suspense, detective, science fiction, romantic, historical, realist, or even postmodern. Novels may have any kind of plot form: tragic, comic, satiric, or romantic. A novel presents a whole picture as compared to a short story which displays only one aspect of life or one side of the story. It also shows a vast panorama of its readers to see the story through an age in which it is presented, such as The Tale of Two Cities has been written during the times when France and England were going through a lot of changes. Similarly, a novel also represents a conflict and its resolution. For every writer, a novel is a strong tool to present the philosophical, historical, social, cultural, and moral perspectives. So that's all for the brief description of novel. Thank you.